this computer. Okay, then I'll share it later, because since Lawrence, you are the admin, you have to be the one to share. But all in all, let's jump into the meeting as we get going. So I hope you can all hear me and see me as I share my screen for us to start. So let me see, share. Okay. So I need to view full screen. So hope you can all see my screen. Hope you can all see my screen. Just type in 1 or 2 if you can see my screen. Just type in 1 or 2.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can, Luis.
Okay, thank you, Lawrence. So today I just thought to share something about the do's and don'ts of crypto investing, because investing in crypto can be, as you can see, a wild west into because it's you can actually blame yourself having made the worst money decision depending on how you approach this, because it can be as punishing as it can be, and it can be as profitable as it can be. So there's no denying it that cryptocurrencies markets are very volatile, and the value of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, as you can see over the last couple of months, they've had their all-time highs. Bitcoin at about $58,000, actually to be in particular, 58,332.36. Ethereum has seen a all-time high of $2,036. So making sure you have a proper, well-thought-out strategy is critical if you're ever going to make a profitable gain within this industry. Because just know, cryptocurrencies is a zero-sum game, meaning it can go to zero, it can go to 100 million, depending on how you choose to see it. So the key thing is you need to know what are the do's and what are the don'ts. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure you do have a budget. Make sure you do have a budget. If you are, maybe I think I actually recommend that maybe have a piece of paper or a notebook so you can take notes of all these points. So number one is you need to have a budget. So onboarding to crypto needs to be approached with a strong business mind, strong business budget in mind, strong business budget in mind. That is very key to ensure that you aren't putting yourself at a risk. So take a look perhaps at your existing debts. How close are you to paying them off? Or that is if you have any. And are you likely to stay in a strong financial position in the future? While you aren't likely to know everything that awaits you around the corner, having a strong idea of the greatest likelihood and the budget you have to spare to that can help you better prepare for any cryptocurrency that you choose to invest in. So in short is that once you have an idea of a budget that you have to play around with, you're able to soak in any eventuality that occurs. Either you soak it in or you enjoy it. So that needs to have like set it prior to starting. And then again, what follows is very key. The second thing is don't invest more than you can afford to lose. That is very key. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. That is once you've set your budget. So putting any money, funds into cryptocurrencies comes with the risks. That is one thing for sure. While it also offers rewards, it is important that to only invest money that you can afford to lose. So by completing a full budget before you even consider stepping a foot in the cryptocurrency market, you can better determine what you have to spare and what your business or you could afford to lose without putting yourself at risk. You've seen guys taking loans. You have your rent, you have your fees, you have your things that get you going, and then you decide to put them in crypto. Then all of a sudden you see a very big dip that maybe you bought in at the wrong time. Before actually the next point is doing your research. So this is very critical. Once you have a budget, once you've decided how much you're willing to risk, then of course the next thing is you have to do your own research. You have to do your own research. And that is why I think as Decrypt, that is together with Lawrence, we help, we actually do our own analysis. We do, because it's our work. So we can actually give you an edge in terms of what you are looking to get into. So with that, let's now go to the next point, doing your research. So very important. Remember, don't take loans. Don't take your rent money. Don't take your fees money to put into cryptocurrency. Make sure you have a set aside budget or a set aside funds to put in. So the other point is make sure you do your research. So if you're planning to invest in cryptocurrencies directly, that is, you are buying Bitcoin, you are buying Ethereum, you are buying all these cryptocurrencies, it's important to ensure that you have done your research. So what does it mean? So you have to go beyond what you read. Like maybe you may realize Bitcoin has gone maybe 30%. So you just jump in without even knowing what made it go to 20%. So it's not advisable. So your first step before investing into any crypto technology should be you're able to read a white paper released by that company or that particular coin or cryptocurrency you want to invest in. So what is a white paper? A white paper is basically it's like a set out like what is this crypto going to do? It gives you like a summary of what project is all about, what entails, who are the people behind it. So for Bitcoin, for instance, read the first project white paper. It's a 9-page document. That is what Bitcoin is. To get a clear idea of what Satoshi Nakamoto planned for the project. That is for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, make sure you fully understand the purpose and capabilities of the Ethereum platform as well as the Ethereum coins. It's never easy for sure. It's actually time consuming, but if you are willing to make money, it's not easy. You have to step out beyond your comfort zone. But again, lucky for you, anybody who is plugging in here, we have a chance now because that is what that's what now Decrypt does. So with this information now, you'll be able to determine what investment is best for you and what you're likely to face, rather than going into the market metaphorically blind. Working with established platforms like, of course, I said Decrypt helps you filter out the noise because there's too much. If you go to CoinMarketCap, you will see more than 8,000 cryptocurrencies. So that may be intimidating. So remember, cryptocurrencies offer something truly unique and are more likely to stand as strong in the future. So, but remember, there are a lot of what we call them shit coins. That's coins that have no value. So make sure you stay away from them, and that's how you can actually make profitable gains. The other thing, or the other don't, is don't let your emotions drive your decisions. Yeah, don't let your emotions drive your decisions. So emotion is a very strong energy that actually at times will make you money or lose you money. There's another, I think if you are in the Telegram channel, maybe Lawrence can share that on the chat group. We share this every day in terms of what happens within the crypto market every day. And I think in one of our topics, we shared about FOMO, fear of missing out. So once you are within the market, you need to remember that cryptocurrency is volatile, and that emotionally charged decisions can often do more harm than good. Yeah, so emotionally charged decisions. So providing you've done your research and you have believe in what projects you are investing in, it is important that you trust your instinct and those beliefs. So it so happens that when negative news spreads about the cryptocurrency, this is usually done with the intention of crashing the price. So you can imagine you've done your research, you've read about this, you've told, or rather maybe we've even recommended maybe this particular kind of like a platform, and then you get into it. Then 2 days after getting into it, you see some price activity that comes up. So you need to have that belief to stick with what you had already read. So when this happens, don't panic. Play the long term. Play long. It's as in take a long-term approach to it. Don't take a short-term game. It's not if you do like buy today, sell tomorrow, it's not really profitable at the end. So just know in most cases, the coins will regain its worth, and you will only lose if you sell. So if our coins or if Bitcoin or Ethereum maybe does a serious price collection, as long as you don't sell, you'll never lose out. But if you sell, you lose out, because at a time, I think we have done another topic on market cycles, which you'll see that it's always a cycle. So depending on where you sell it, it's very important. So in summary, on that particular point about not letting your emotions drive your decisions, panic selling is becoming more and more common in the cryptocurrency community, and often make the crashes seem worse than they truly are. So what will safeguard you from this? It is your what we just talked about, the other 4 points that I've talked about. This will give you the confidence not to panic. And then lastly, patience is the much needed trait in crypto, and one that would work out in your favor in the long term. So remember that. Then the other thing is, don't forget to back up your wallet. There is another important point. Don't ever forget to back up your wallet. So once you've taken the step and invested in a cryptocurrency, you may be having in an exchange or in a cold wallet or in a hard wallet. Make sure you take the security measures and back up your wallet. So again, I'll repeat on this: make sure you back up your wallet. The day you never get access to your wallet, that's when you realize the value of what you had. So while these coins are designed with the highest security in mind, and in most cases are pretty much unprintable, they can't protect you from your own human error. So usually all these mistakes is by human error, like forgetting private keys and any other additional information, maybe your passwords. I think Lawrence can attest to this. There is some keys he forgot some time ago. So this is it's painful. So that's why it's a very key point to note. And then you can, or even hitting delete by accident can lead you to lose all your funds with the little hope of getting them back. So that is very key. What is the solution to that? Make sure you aren't sharing your wallet information with everyone, and enable the two-factor authenticator when possible. So for Bitcoin, in particular, you can easily back up your wallet to an external drive or USB like any other document. So do research into your wallets available for your chosen coin. And this, if you're not very sure, you can always reach out to Decrypt, so you can at least give you some best recommended like hardware wallets, or rather even hot wallets that have had good reviews. That is what maybe you can, as Decrypt, can help you. The last 3 things to always make sure you do is make sure you do diversify. So variety is a spice of life. Variety is a spice of life. So diversity is a spice of the crypto investing. So make sure you diversify. Don't just stick to one way of don't just buy Bitcoin alone. Try and diversify to other important cryptocurrencies. Again, the old saying as it goes: don't put your eggs in one basket. So make sure you have like a spread out like coins that you have. The other thing is do risk management. So risk management is actually ties out to what I've said earlier. So managing the most amount of risk you're taking when trading cryptocurrency is vital for survival in the markets. So there are various risk management techniques which actually we go into depth during our crypto master classes that we normally have. I think Lawrence will share on that earlier on when we'll be having that very soon. So the other thing, the last thing maybe for today is that always make sure you check how Bitcoin is moving. So the highs and lows of Bitcoin is actually will give you some indication on where the crypto market is heading. So because Bitcoin is undoubtedly the flagship cryptocurrency, being the first, being the most valuable. So this is why you must always check in on how it's performing. BTC is the market leader, and most other altcoins follow closely its movements. If Bitcoin is rocketing, or rather it's having a bull run, then most relevant coins will also do the same, and vice versa. When Bitcoin corrects, all the other cryptocurrencies actually correct, even in a bigger way. So many suggest that Bitcoin has influenced that is the most widely used crypto by exchanges, which is true. Although many other exchanges have their own native cryptocurrencies, we call them exchange. Like now, you have BNB for Binance Exchange, you have a KCS for KuCoin Exchange. So most exchanges now are having their own native cryptocurrencies. So a lot of crypto pairs are available, which you can see over there. For example, you can do BTC, Ethereum, BTC like that. So that's essentially the point. So up to there, I hope we have taken the key points. Let me see if there are any questions on the chat before we move out to the other section of the news. So let me see if there's anything that maybe you may want me to re-clarify or rather talk about in terms of point form. So let me see. Yeah. So, okay. Kevin, I just see, I think, clicking. Let me see. Okay. So, Lawrence, any point? I can see your hand is up.
Yeah, great. I really like the sharing today. And you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. I think there's something also I just wanted also to add in terms of when you're doing research and everything. I think there's one key thing that you never ever do in any market: never chase a pump. By a pump, I mean a whole lot of times you see coins are going up, and you see that's the time everybody wants to get in. And of course, what follows a pump is that there's always a correction downward. And so I think a lot of people and a lot of us have also suffered these, and Louis, you can attest to this, that this is one of the other don'ts you don't do. I had some people call me sometimes back when Doge was going skyrocketing. And I remember even on my Facebook wall, I said, never follow a pump, because after a pump, there's a dump. And most of the time you find that a lot of people will buy high and they sell low, and they feel like they have lost their money. So I think maybe this is one of the things I felt like I would also maybe add as you continue with the sharing. So never follow a pump. If you're buying cryptocurrency, always good to buy cryptos when the market is red. When the market is red, that's when you put in your money. When the market is green, that's the time you exit. But again, do so that you can know the points of entry and the points of exit. Louis, thanks for that.
Thank you, Lawrence. That's a good insight that you actually maybe you actually forgot to share about the fact that you had not saved your some private keys, because that was one of the points that people need to do. Maybe you can touch on that a little bit.
In fact, that's another good point, and I've shared this openly with a lot of people. Like, I think for us, we've really gone through this crypto space through fire. You know, we've been tested and tried through our own experience, from investing to scams, you know, doing ICOs and then they fail, buying coins and they go to zero. And the most painful thing is, like Louis mentioned, is that there's a time I bought some cryptocurrencies. I think I had put over $1,000, and I forgot my private key, the seed phrase. I forgot it. I remember I overturned my house everywhere just to look for that is there. And of course, I came to terms to accept that those are gone. Those are gone cryptos. Even if that crypto goes to $1,000, I'll just be saying I had. But you know, I cannot access them anymore because I tried writing even to the wallet provider, the guys where I had saved the cryptos, and they were like, if you don't have the seed phrase, we cannot really help you. So these are some of the things that at Decrypt will teach you, especially if you're coming into the crypto space. Don't just jump the gun just because you're seeing a lot of people are flocking into the other. Do your own research. Do your own research. So Louis, take it away.
Thank you for that, Lawrence. I think at least it's very important you take the key pointers. So on the chat, I can see some few people are asking some questions. Valerie says, what is the use case of BNB token? So BNB token, as I said, it's a native token or rather currency for Binance exchange platform. So they use it for their own like trading. So it's usually at the ratio of 1:1 to the dollar. It's just like USDT. So that's so every exchanges tend to have their own native tokens. So on KuCoin, you have KCS tokens. On maybe Bitmax, you have bit something token. So every exchanges, they have their own like tokens or other cryptocurrencies. That's maybe to answer Valerie. Mani Mutsane says, what are some of the resources we can use to research about crypto? So one of the resources is actually Decrypt. That's why you are here. And maybe Lawrence, you can share the link of our Telegram channel so that they can at least they can join in, so that we can at least because that's why we share more and more information and details on how to get more like valuable content about crypto in the, and also resources as you say. So thank you for that, Money. So I think let's move on to the last part of the news, whereby we sort of cover what were the key highlights within the last week. So if there's any other question, just keep on sending it to the chats, and then I will be able to answer it later. So I think there's some new people waiting to admit. So let me just admit them. So Lawrence, just share the whole link. I think some people may not have just share the link. That would be easy. So yes, so let's now go to the last part of the news. So let me just go ahead and share my screen again. And perhaps before I do that, let me just again do a run through for those maybe who may want to like confirm what I have. So number one, what you need to do is make sure you have a budget before you invest into crypto. Number two is make sure you don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And number three is make sure you do your own research. That is number three. And then number four is don't let emotions drive your decisions. Make sure you do proper analysis, you do proper research, and then these will not be able to affect you. And then the other one is don't forget to back up your wallet. That is very key. Whether you have your coins in an exchange, whether you have them in whatever wallet, make sure you always have a backup way. So most people, like myself, for me, I have a diary that I usually write most of my things. So even in case of you, like you may want to, because I'm sure people may be asking, what if I want to give this inheritance to somebody? Well, how does it do? So make sure you have everything in your wallet. Maybe you have that one person that you normally share your personal stuff. You can actually tell them, yeah, I have my crypto holdings in this particular book. In case of anything, you have that to unlock my wallets. The other thing is make sure you do diversify. That is another key factor. Make sure you do diversify. You don't just put in your eggs in one basket. And then again, you make sure you carry out proper risk management procedures. And then again, always see how Bitcoin price is moving over the week, over the month, over the day. That will give you an indication of how you can like run through the system. So to the last part of the news, actually, I think I talked about PayPal last time. So this is actually one of the topic of a session, the everyday market thoughts that I had last week. It says not just Bitcoin, PayPal's vision involves central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and what you need to know. So what happened is, I think 2 weeks ago, PayPal, the biggest money remittance platform, PayPal, wants to shape the future of financial system, and central bank currencies are part of the vision. So this was, as per this CEO, is called Dan Schulman. So what happened is, if you can see over there, he was speaking at the Payments Company Investor Day on Thursday last week, and said people no longer want to handle cash, and basic financial services are going to be part of any financial platform that has hundreds of millions of customers. So that is what PayPal CEO was telling the investors. So he further said there, you are going to see new payment rails evolve, as Schulman. The executive said that PayPal's super app, like digital wallet, such an important element of the company's strategy looking forward. So you can see PayPal is actually aligning themselves in a bigger way to tap into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So the digital payment, I think let me just put that in the paragraph. The digital payment will be multi-faced, according to Schulman, and would utilize cryptocurrency as a funding instrument alongside CBDCs when they become a reality. CBDC is one thing that I think we've been talking about on these platforms every day. CBDCs are basically central bank digital currencies. Central bank digital currencies. That's what CBDCs means. So they are currencies that are issued by governments or banks. So there's no question that digital currencies and underlying technology have the potential to drive the next wave of financial services. And I think those technologies can help solve the fundamental problems of the system. So why it matters? I think this was the key point. Jonathan Arubach, PayPal's chief strategic growth officer, said, okay, let me guess the first, what actually said. First crypto purchases have been logging into PayPal at roughly twice their login frequency. I think he was just looking at the trends of their customers who log into their system. So PayPal said that customers use its cryptocurrency services have 12% rise in weekly transactions. I don't know whether that gives you. Let me just mute everyone. Yeah, so if you these are trends that PayPal as a company has been noticing, and just so you know, PayPal was not for Bitcoin a couple of years ago, but now they have had to change tune. So PayPal said that customers that use cryptocurrency services have a 12% rise in weekly transactions on the platform, partly in excess of 40% in the US. For the US PayPal customers that use cryptocurrency, return to complete more than 2 additional transactions, that is as per CoinDesk. So you can see there is more and more cryptocurrency use and in terms of transacting as you go by. So we do believe that digital currencies, CBDCs, and the collaboration with other central banks and regulators will open new ways to exchange value and power global commerce and financial services for entirely new segments for the population. So PayPal, of course, is now allowing users to buy and sell whole cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, from October. That is when they did that. So I thought to maybe share this as I get now to the news sections on what has been happening. This is part of the news. So, however, up to there we are on the same page. We are 30 minutes in, which I think thank Lawrence for sharing for the channel as I meet new people. So let's go now to the other part, the exciting part of the news. But just before I go there, institutional interest in cryptocurrencies have been on the rise recently with Telsa saying that it will let customers use BTC for payments in the future. On Thursday, last Thursday, one of the oldest banks in the US, that is a New York Mellon Corporation, said it will offer BTC and digital asset services, custody services later this year. This is as per Yahoo Finance. So that was the part of the topic today. So moving forward, let's go to the news section. So I think this is where I want to start the news. I think we know Rakuten customers can now use Bitcoin for shopping. So Rakuten is a Japanese retail giant who has now integrated crypto wallet into its payment platform, enabling customers to directly load and convert their Bitcoin holdings for use in everyday spending. So that is actually another big reach to more customers. So the crypto-friendly Japanese retailer is now enabling users of Rakuten Wallet, its crypto exchange custody, to easily spend their cryptocurrency holdings in every transaction. That is according to an announcement published last week by the company. So I don't know who knows. Rakuten is one of the biggest sponsor of which team. I think let me ask that just to know is Zoom share. Okay. So I think no one was okay. Let me share the screen. I think most of you didn't see what I was sharing. Is that so? Okay, yeah. I think I'm not seeing. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. Rakuten's. So this is one of the news that I had for you today. Rakuten customers can now use Bitcoin for shopping, as you can see. That is what I've just went through. Sorry about that. I didn't see it. It was still sharing the other screen. So Japanese retailer giant Rakuten has integrated its crypto wallet to its payment app, enabling customers to directly load and convert their Bitcoin holdings for use in everyday spending. So I was asking, who knows which which team, football team does Rakuten's sponsor? Let me see on the chat if we have football fans here. I believe we do, because actually Rakuten is one of the biggest company that sponsors one of the major teams in the. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Alex. I think Alex says clearly that it's his team. So yeah, at least you're happy to see that that is one big move from them. Moving forward, we have a major Canadian car dealer is going to accept Bitcoin. That is as per the news. The platform is called HGreg, Bitcoin.com. You can see over there. So Quebec-based car dealer HGreg has announced that it will start accepting cryptocurrencies in a press conference. So that is what the president, Hybaran, accept the bold move to improve clients' shopping experience. So you can see how global adoption is shaping up. So he says, our desire, I think, let me just read what he quoted. Our desire to constantly evolve and improve our customer shopping experience inspires us to make bold decisions, providing them with a greater variety of payment methods is part of it. So that is from the major Canadian car retailer. Moving forward, we've seen a whole lot of companies coming up to buy Bitcoin, from MicroStrategy to the Melon Bank, all that. So we are seeing now Netflix might be the next frontier, Fortune 100 firm to buy Bitcoin. That is as per Tim Draper. So the famous investor picks Netflix among the major companies the most likely to put Bitcoin on his balance sheet. That is as per Tim Draper. So he says Netflix may just be the next to buy. Okay, I think I have to repeat that. So so I think Reed Hastings is a very innovative guy and has a lot of creative thinking, and I think he controls the reins at Netflix, and so I think that he might be the next big one to fall. So that is what Tim Draper actually put out when he was actually trying to see who are the next big institutional investors coming onto the crypto ecosystem. So last week we had an interesting debate. Mark Cuban slams Peter Schiff. He says gold is dead, Bitcoin and Ethereum are today. So who is Mark Cuban? Mark Cuban is actually one of the is the owner of one of the basketball teams. I think it's called Dallas Mavericks. That is who he is. So, and surprisingly, actually, he hasn't actually been one of the. He's not a biggest fan of Bitcoin. Actually, he normally talks not very good about Bitcoin in the last couple of months, but today, as you can see, the tune is changing. So he's actually one of the Shark Tanks. I think most of us may have watched Shark Tank, the business program. So he just reading by what the article says. Surprisingly, though, Cuban has come to the defense of emerging technology, telling Goldberg and vehement digital assets naysayer Peter Schiff that his precious metal is now dying as a store of value and at the hands of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Peter Schiff is one of the gold proponents. I think he's a trader. He's an investor, actually a big investor in gold. But now, again, you can see how the discussion is going. So billionaire Shark Tank investor schools Peter Schiff on crypto. So I think he was trying to because they're all coming for the same like age. They're all old guys. So it's good for old but wealthy. So they're actually looking for ways on how they can. So reading by that, he says it isn't all uncommon to find long-term Goldberg Peter Schiff trashing cryptocurrencies ever chance he gets from his Twitter accounts soapbox. He even slammed his own son for buying Bitcoin in the past, an investment that proved dear old dad very wrong. So his son actually bought a good amount of Bitcoin. Actually, he has really profited, and I think he tweeted saying he went against his dad's advice to buy Bitcoin. So maybe a big a short share from that chart. He said, "Let me help Peter. Gold is hyped much as gold. Gold is hyped much as crypto. Do we really need gold jewelry? Can gold make gold can make you a ring? BTC, ETH are technologies that can make you a banker. Allow friction-free exchange of value and are extensive into an unlimited range of business and personal applications. So that is what Cuban says, which is actually very those are very well chosen words from Cuban. Bitcoin, Ethereum are technologies that can make you a banker, allow friction-free exchange of value that and are extensible into an unlimited range of business and personal application. That is very actually it's amazing what you said. So moving forward from Mark Cuban and Peter Schiff, let's go to Iran. So Iran officially plans to adopt Bitcoin mining to bypass international sanctions. So I think this is one of the things that now we are seeing Bitcoin coming into use. So the Iran Presidential Center for Strategy Studies, in a detailed report, I think there's a PDF there. Maybe I can share it if anybody wants to check it out. Maybe I can even share the link. Is encouraging the country to adopt Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies mining to bypass international sanctions. That is as per the document over there. So the center will, with close ties to the President Hassan Rouhani, wants the state to leverage digital assets and traceable nature to outsmart the sanctions. So that is according to the report. Maybe I can just maybe share this one on the chat so you can have a look later. The other news is that again, MicroStrategy snap up another $10 million in Bitcoin. So making now MicroStrategy hold a total of 4.4 billion in Bitcoin, although it's only paid about half for that the stretch. So I think that is what the big news that we've seen this week. These companies are actually buying Bitcoin every day, and for them, they know the future value of it. So let me see. I think that those are the key news highlights that I saw today. Let me see if there's any other news. So yeah, I think that's more or less what I saw today. Unless there's any, I think there's one here about Ghana. Let me see. I think I saw something about Ghana because I like normally ending with a good note from the African perspective. So I think that's a good one from Ghana. Because at times people are like, yeah, what is working for us here in Africa? So I think Ghana, you can see there's something good from Ghana. So I think that is actually they're taking actually a similar approach to Kenya. So Ghana to prioritize blockchain projects in a new regulatory sandbox. That is what actually Kenya is currently having through CMA. So in Ghana, the sandbox will target a wide range of financial services innovations and hopes to improve financial inclusion. That is what Ghana is taking up to see how they can encourage more inclusion into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So I think with that, let me see if there's any question, as we are almost coming up to the end of the session, because I think it's good to keep it short. We don't want to bore you with a lot of information, but it's good to just from what you've shared, try and synthesize it, try and read through. If you want the document that I shared, just you can always join the Telegram group, then I can share the link to the document, so for you to have a look at it later. So anything, Lawrence, that maybe you may want to add before we end the session, because that I think was what I wanted to share today. So Lawrence, or if there's anybody who wants to say, ask anything in the chat, can actually maybe type in something so we can discuss before we call it a day. But thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. So if you have any question, anything that you may want me to talk about before we end, I'll gladly appreciate your chat on the chat box. If maybe something you didn't understand properly, just you can drop a chat as I wait for Lawrence to come back online so that you can close this for today. But thank you very much. It's always my pleasure to share my bit of a journey and experience, and also what we've seen happening over the week. So yeah, okay. So okay, sorry. Let me unmute Lawrence. Yeah. Lawrence, I think you're good to go.
Okay, great. That was a very nice share, Louis. I think we are getting a whole lot of value each and every other time we are learning. I think just in addition to the do's and don'ts in the cryptocurrency space, I think it's also good for me to add that there is no free Bitcoin. I think I've gotten some people sending me chats asking me, there's this site I saw on Instagram. There's a certain white person who is sending me links telling me I'll get free Bitcoins and stuff. Let me tell you for a fact, there's nothing for free, man. There's nothing for free. And like, again, we say, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Somebody will come with that free thing mentality, and you will end up losing even the cryptos you have, because at times they may ask for your wallet address so that they can send you cryptocurrencies. If you've not done a very good secure network, they can be able to hack your system. So again, I know you were taking notes when Louis was giving us the session today. There's nothing for free, and especially there's no free Bitcoin. So let's have that in mind. I felt, Louis, maybe that's something I could have added. I don't want to add any more things.
All right. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for being part of this. This is a success because of you, all of you. You are here. Otherwise, we'll be talking to ourselves. But we are grateful for your presence. So Valerie says there's no free. Yeah, there's no free lunch. There's nothing for free. That is what we are trying to allude to. So anything comes with a cost. Even for you to breathe, you must use your muscles to suck in the air. Though the air is free. So with that, I think we'll end our session there. I will be posting the recording on our Facebook, the Decrypt channel, and also YouTube channel for you to have a look at it. If you want if you want the link to the document that I prepared today, just join our Telegram channel. I think I can copy that to the link again so that you can all join in. So that's where at least we share more of what we read, and also see fit for you to read as a resource and also as information. So again, let me just share the link for the Telegram channel before I end the meeting. So let me send it right now, because there's some people who came in later. So that is the link for the Telegram channel as we get going. So with that, thank you very much. Have a blessed day ahead with you and your families, and always stay safe, be humble, and stay always learning. Always have an open mind to learn every day from, because every day is a learning experience. Even for me here, it's a learning experience. So thank you very much. Be blessed, and thank you. Bye-bye.